Hook 1: Intense and gripping. What if the shadows in your room are not waiting for the dark, but waiting for you? Tonight, one person discovers that the mind can hide something far more terrifying than nightmares. Stay with me, because what happens next will change the way you feel about silence forever. The rain whispered against the window. A thin veil of mist curled along the glass. The room held a silence that felt too heavy. A silence that pressed against my skin. I took a slow breath. The air tasted like metal. Cold, sharp. The lamp flickered once, then twice. Shadows stretched across the floor like reaching fingers. I stepped back. My heartbeat stumbled. Something moved in the corner of my sight. A shape I could not name. The air shifted behind me. Warm, close. I turned. The hallway was empty, yet the scent of damp earth drifted toward me. Familiar, unwanted. My hands trembled. I reached for the door. The handle pulsed with heat, as if someone had grabbed it a moment before me. A faint breath brushed my ear. Slow, intentional. I froze. The shadows deepened. The walls seemed to lean inward. The breath came again, this time on my neck. I closed my eyes. The floorboards creaked beneath a weight that was not mine. A voice rose from the dark behind me. Soft, broken, calling my name. I opened my eyes, and the doorway twisted like something alive. The voice grew louder, closer. Then the light snapped out, and I felt a hand clamp around my wrist. The hand tightened around my wrist. Its grip felt neither warm nor cold. It felt wrong, as if the fingers were formed from pressure rather than flesh. I tried to pull away. My muscles strained. My breath staggered in my chest. The darkness pressed against my eyes like a weight. Something shifted beside me, a faint scrape against the floor. Slow, deliberate, as though something dragged itself forward inch by inch. My throat tightened. I forced my mouth open. No sound came out, only a trembling rush of air. The hand tugged me backward. My heels slid across the wood. The boards vibrated beneath me. A deep humming rose from under the floor. Low, steady, unnatural. My other hand shot out searching for anything solid. My fingers brushed the edge of the wall. The plaster felt gritty. Tiny particles broke away beneath my touch like old skin. A second hand coiled around my arm. The pressure sank into my flesh. My heartbeat felt trapped in my throat. My chest tightened with every breath. A faint glow flickered above me. Not the lamp. Something else. A pale shimmer that pulsed with its own rhythm. A rhythm that answered the humming beneath the floor. My eyes adjusted to the dim light. Shadows twisted across the ceiling. They curled like smoke rising in reverse. Each shape stretched into impossible angles. Edges sharpened, then softened, then sharpened again. The hands yanked me backward. My shoulder wrenched with the force. I stumbled but did not fall. Something held my weight upright. Something that supported me with an unnatural steadiness. A whisper brushed the back of my neck. Not a voice this time. More like the rustle of something breathing without lungs. My vision blurred. The pale glow swelled. It expanded like a slow exhale. Then it warped, as if the air itself bent under an unseen pressure. I blinked hard. Shapes emerged in the distortion. A figure stood at the far end of the room. Tall, rigid, motionless. Its outline flickered. Parts of it dissolved into the darkness. Then reappeared, as if reality resisted its presence. The hands on my arms released me. Not gently, not violently, simply gone, as if they had never existed. A cold rush swept across my skin. I gasped and stepped forward. The boards moaned under my weight. The humming stopped. Silence returned, but it was a different silence. A silence that listened. The figure shifted, its head tilted, or what I assumed was its head. The upper portion of its form narrowed into a point. A long and unnatural taper. My breath grew shallow. The scent of damp earth thickened. It surrounded me. It filled my lungs. It pushed at my thoughts. The figure lifted an arm. A slow, weightless motion. The limb stretched longer than a human arm should. Much longer. The movement lacked joints. It flowed as though made of liquid shadow. A sound vibrated in my ears. Low at first, barely noticeable. Then it grew. A hollow resonance. It felt as if the sound formed inside my skull rather than outside it. My knees weakened. I forced myself to stand. I forced my mind to stay present. I forced my eyes to remain open. Closing them felt more dangerous. More inviting. More final. The figure took a step forward. Its feet did not touch the ground. It glided. Its form wavered with each movement. The air trembled in its wake. A chill rolled across my arms. Goosebumps spread up to my shoulders. I took a step back. My heel struck the edge of the door frame. The doorway no longer looked familiar. Its shape curved inward. The corners sagged. The wood rippled as though it breathed. I reached for the wall beside me. My fingers sank into the surface. The plaster felt soft, warm, pulsing. I jerked my hand away. A thin layer of moisture clung to my skin. It glistened under the pale glow. My stomach twisted. A wave of nausea rose in my throat. The figure moved closer. Its presence thickened the air. Each step pressed against my chest. Each pulse of light pushed at my senses. A heavy throb filled the room. The sound inside my skull sharpened. It formed a pattern, a slow rise, a sudden drop, a repeating cycle, a rhythm that felt too measured to be random. My vision expanded outward, as though my eyes stretched in every direction. Details sharpened, the cracks in the wood, the dust dancing in the air, the trembling in my own hands. The figure raised its elongated arm. Its form bent forward, the pale glow gathered around it. It shaped itself into a narrow ring of light. A ring that pulsed with a deep vibration. The room tightened, the walls leaned inward, the ceiling dipped, the floorboards bent, the figure lowered its arm toward me. The ring of light drifted closer. The vibration grew until it matched my pulse. Beat for beat, breath for breath, my legs locked in place. My lungs refused to expand. My heartbeat fought against the rhythm pressing into my body. The light hovered before my face. Its glow deepened, its edges sharpened. The ring contracted, then expanded, then contracted again. A faint whisper cut through the vibration. A wordless sound, a breath formed from something that did not breathe. The figure leaned closer. Its tapered head hovered inches from mine. The ring of light descended. Its glow spread across my skin. The air around me shifted. My thoughts trembled. My pulse faltered. The ring began to close around my head. Its edges slid toward my temples. Its rhythm forced itself into my mind. Beat after beat, pulse after pulse, and the figure whispered again. This time inside my skull. Clear, sharp, unmistakable, calling my name. The sound of my name echoed through my mind. It vibrated against every thought. It pressed against every memory. It bent them, stretched them, shifted them out of shape. The ring of light tightened around my temples. Its glow seeped into my vision. Colors warped into pale streaks. Shadows bled together. The room melted into shifting patterns of dark and light. The figure leaned closer. Its form rippled like heat rising from stone. The tapered head hovered above mine. The empty space where a face should have been stared into me with a silence sharper than a blade. My knees wavered. My breath stuttered. My heart struggled to keep its rhythm. Each beat felt thinner, weaker, more distant. The ring pulsed once more. The rhythm inside my skull surged. It forced my thoughts into stillness. It pushed my senses toward the edge of fading. All sound drained from the room. The vibration vanished. The glow dimmed. The figure stilled. Everything stopped. A sudden warmth spread across my chest. Soft at first, then stronger. A steady heat that pushed against the cold presence surrounding me. The ring flickered. The figure trembled. Its form shuddered as though struck by an unseen force. The warmth grew brighter. It rose from within me. Not light, not sound. Something deeper. Something that refused to be pulled apart. The figure recoiled. Its elongated arms snapped back. The ring fractured with a sharp crack of pale light. Fragments scattered into the air. Each shard dissolved into dust. The figure twisted. Its form unraveled like smoke caught in a sudden wind. Pieces of darkness tore free. The tapered head folded into itself. The limbs collapsed into thin ribbons of shadow. The room brightened. The walls steadied. The ceiling lifted. The floorboards relaxed under my feet. The last remnants of the figure drifted upward. They hovered for a moment. Then vanished. Silence returned. A true silence. A calm silence. My breath rushed back into my lungs. I stumbled forward. My palms caught the edge of the doorway. The wood felt solid again. Still, ordinary. The air tasted clean. The scent of damp earth faded. The pressure lifted from my chest. I straightened slowly. My hands trembled, but they were my own again. My heartbeat found its rhythm. Steady, firm, alive. The room remained empty. No glow, no shadow, no whisper. Only the faint trace of warmth lingered within me. A quiet reminder that I had not been entirely alone in that darkness. I took one final breath. The last echoes of fear slipped away. The house settled around me with gentle creaks. The night air drifted through the open window. And the world returned to itself.